Good morning, kiddos. Today's our last day for our division review. Today we are reviewing dividing 3 and 4-digit numbers by a single digit. And biggest thing to remember that I've talked about every day this week is the vocabulary. And so you're going to have a long division bar, and you are going to be required to write in the vocabulary terms where they belong. And what that will look like is inside we have the dividend, D-I-V-I-D-E-N-D. On the outside we have the divisor, D-I-V-I-S-O-R. And on top we have the quotient, which is the answer. And then if the divisor does not divide into the dividend equally, you will have a remainder, and that would go next to the quotient, R, and then whatever's left. And so this is what you're going to need to be able to demonstrate tomorrow. So when we look at long division problems, and these ones are definitely longer, okay, they are 4-digit and some 3-digit number, I guess, but 4-digit numbers divided by a single digit. And remember, don't be intimidated by that, because you're going to knock it out just one step at a time like you did yesterday. And in this one, the first one, we have 1,215 divided by 3. And we're going to say 3 cannot go into 1 because it's bigger than 1. 3 can go into 12. So 3, we know that 3 times 4 is equal to 12, and we're going to subtract. 12 minus 12 is 0. Bring down your 1. Well, 3 cannot go into 1. So up on our line, we're going to say 3 can go into 1 0 times. We put down our 0, bring down our 5. And we know that 3 can go into 15, and it can go into 15 5 times, because 3 times 5 is equal to 15. And 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. No. So your answer for number 1 is 405. Number 2, we have 3,436 divided by 4. And we know that 4 cannot go into 3 because it's larger. 4 can go into 34. And 4 times 8 is equal to 32. And then we're going to subtract. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2, and 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. And we can check to make sure that we're right if what we have left, which is 2, is less than the divisor. Okay, and it is. 2 is less than 4. So now we can bring down our 3. And we know that 4 can go into 23, and 4 times 5 is equal to 20. And then we're going to subtract. 3 minus 0 is 3, and 2 minus 2 is 0. Do your check again. 3 is smaller than the divisor of 4, so you're good to go, and you're going to draw an arrow and bring down your 6. And we know that 4 can go into 36 because is equal to 36. And 36 minus 36 is 0, and you're done. No remainder. Your answer for number 2 is 859. We're going to move down to number 4, and that number is 2,864 divided by 4. We know that 4 cannot go into 2 because it's larger than 2, but we know that 4 can go into 28. And 4 times 7 is equal to 28. 28 minus 28 is equal to 0. Okay, bring down your 6. We know that 4 can go into 6 one time, and 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. You can do your check and make sure that you have whatever you have left over. In this case, you have 2 is less than the divisor of 4, and it is. So you can bring down your 4. And how many times can 4 go into 24? Well, we know that 4 times 6 is equal to 24. So we put a 6 on the line, and 6 times 4 is equal to 24, and 24 minus 24 is 0. And your answer for number 4 is 716. Number 5, we have 2,256 divided by 3. And we know that 3 cannot go into 2 because it is larger than 2. And we know that 3 can go into 22. 3 times 7 is equal to 21, and we're going to subtract. 2 minus 1 is 1, and 2 minus 2 is 0. And we can do our check and make sure that what we have left, in this case the 1, is less than the divisor of 3, which it is. So now you can bring down your 5. And we know that 3 can go into 15, and it can go into 15 5 times, because 3 times 5 is equal to 15. And we can subtract and bring down our 6. And we know that 3 can go into 6 2 times, because 2 times 3 is equal to 6, and 6 minus 6 is 0, and you have no remainder. And your answer, or your quotient, is 752. We're going to move on to number 7, and that is 2,490 divided by 5. And we know that 5 cannot go into 2 because it's bigger than 2. 5 can go into 24, and we know that that can go 4 times, because 5 times 4 is equal to 20. And 4 minus 0 is equal to 4. 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. And you can do your check, making sure that whatever's left over, in this case the 4, is less than the divisor of 5, and it is. So now you can move on and bring down your 9. And how many times can 5 go into 49? Well, we know that 5 times 9 is equal to 45. And we're going to subtract. 9 minus 5 is equal to 4, and 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So we're left with 4. You can do your check. 4 again is less than the divisor of 5. So we're going to bring down our 0. And we know that 5 can go into 40, and 5 times 8 is equal to 40, and 40 minus 40 is 0. So you have no remainder. So you have a quotient, or an answer, of 498. We're going to move on to number 8, and it is 1,585 divided by 5. We know that 5 cannot go into 1 because 5 is larger than 1, but 5 can go into 15, and 5 can go into 15 3 times, because 5 times 3 is equal to 15, and we subtract, and 15 minus 15 is 0. So now we're going to bring down our 8. And we know that 5 can go into 8 1 time, and 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. And you can do your check just to make sure 3, what you're left over with, the 3 is less than the divisor, which is 5, and it is. So you can bring down your 5. And we can do our multiplication now. How many times can 5 go into 35? And 5 can go into 35 7 times, because 5 times 7 is equal to 35. And 35 minus 35 is 0, so you don't have a remainder. Your answer is 317. I'd like you to complete problem 3, 6, and 9 on your own today. Make sure to study those vocab terms as well for your performance assessment tomorrow, and turn it all in on Teams. Thank you.